Hola chicos! So I'm going to be presenting the ser versus star notes to you right now, so make sure you have this document opened up on your Chromebook in a separate tab so that you can fill in and follow along. So we're going to start with el verbo ser. Verbo ser significa to be. Entonces, en el presente significa is o are en la forma de yo am, ¿ok? Entonces, por ejemplo, yo soy, tú eres, él, ella, usted es, nosotros somos, vosotros sois, ellos, ellas, ustedes son. En el pretérito significa was or were. Entonces, en la forma de yo, fui, tú fuiste, él, ella, usted fue. Nosotros fuimos, vosotros fuisteis, y ellos, ellas, ustedes fueron. ¿Ok? Pero tengan cuidado, chicos, porque fui también es la forma de yo para el verbo ir. Recuerdan, chicos, fui también significa I went. Entonces, cuidado. Imperfecto, entonces, también significa was, were. We use ser in imperfect to talk about the past, was, were, a bit more than pretérito, okay? Because we use imperfecto more for descriptions in the past. Entonces, forma de yo, era, tú eras, él, ella, usted era, nosotros éramos, con acento, vosotros erais, ellos, ellas, ustedes eran. Continuamos con el verbo estar. Estar también significa to be, okay? And we'll talk about the difference between these two in a second. En el presente significa is, are, en la forma de yo am. Entonces, yo estoy, tú estás, él, ella, usted está, nosotros estamos, vosotros estáis, él, ella, ellos, ellos, ustedes, lo siento, están. Okay. Bueno, estos tienen acentos. Make sure you keep note of that. Entonces, en el pretérito, and again, we don't use estar en pretérito mucho, because typically we use it with descriptions, which would be imperfect. But pretérito would be was or were. En la forma de yo, estuve. En la forma de tú, estuviste. Él, ella, usted estuvo. Nosotros estuvimos. Vosotros estuvisteis. Ellos, ellas, ustedes estuvieron. And lastly, el imperfecto, which we're going to use a lot more with the verb estar to talk about descriptions. Significa was or were. En la forma de yo estaba. Tú estabas. Él, ella, usted estaba. Nosotros estábamos. Vosotros estabais. Ellos, ellas, ustedes estaban. Sorry for my crooked E. Entonces, ¿cuál es la diferencia? If ser and estar both mean to be, then what is the difference? When do we use each one? Bueno, para los usos de ser, los usos or a veces decimos razones, are reasons for using ser, we use the acronym DOCTORS to help us remember when we use el verbo ser. So the first one is the description. Description as in, él es muy alto, describing its physical characteristics. O, origen or origin, where someone is from. La letra C is characteristic. So saying, él es muy cómico. He's very funny, describing his character. T is for time or date. Saying, son las 6, as in it is 6 o'clock. Or date, hoy es martes, today is Tuesday. The other O is occupation, saying what someone's job is. Yo soy maestra. R significa relationship. Él es mi padre, he is my dad. And S stands for set event. If you can insert the phrase takes place in a certain location, por ejemplo, el concierto es en el auditorio. The concert takes place in the auditorium. Then we use the verb ser. Entonces, los usos de estar. When do we use estar? Typicamente, P significa position. Where is something placed? Está en la mesa. It's on the table. L for location. Location is a little bit bigger. Estoy en Wisconsin. I am in Wisconsin. A is for action. In parentheses, you can put ando, yendo. We'll go through the progressives in a little bit. But anytime you're saying what someone is doing, then you will use estar. C is for condition. What is the current state of that item? For instance, el lápiz está broto. The pencil is broken. It's not always broken, but right now it is, so we will use estar. And then E stands for emotion. Emotion and feelings. Estoy feliz hoy. I am happy today. That's how I'm feeling. Bueno, chicos, some special meanings with ser and estar. We call them special meanings just because you might use the same adjective with both ser and estar, and they mean different things. So, for instance, with el adjetivo aburrido. Aburrido with ser means that something is boring, like la clase es aburrida. Class is boring. But if I say estoy aburrida, then I am bored in class, where this is more of a condition than with ser, it's going to be more of a description of someone. Bonito and feo. If you use those with ser, you're going to say that that's a general characteristic of somebody. That's a description of them. But with estar, it's going to mean like, especially today, you are looking that way. For instance, if I say, oh, estás muy bonita en este vestido, you look so pretty today in that dress. It means you look extra good because you dressed up today. Listo with ser significa smart, inteligente. But with estar significa ready, ready to go, ready to do something. Enfermo with ser means that you are like terminally ill. This is a more permanent description of you. Versus está enfermo, this is temporary. Rico with ser is rich, meaning you have money. Estar significa taste delicious, delicioso. Viejo joven, ser with viejo or joven significa that you really are old or young. But with estar, it's how you feel, depending upon that day. So something to help you with these, chicos, is remembering that with estar, it's going to be more of the feeling, right, or the condition. But with ser, these adjectives are more permanent and more of a characteristic of someone. Bueno, chicos, vamos a tratar de llenar este párrafo. Go ahead, pause this video, try this paragraph, and then I will go through the answers with you. ¿Listos? Bueno, número 1, Carlos está en clase, the location of where he is. Está aburrido, it's how he's feeling, porque la clase es, description, muy fácil, y su profesor no es muy interesante, description. Su amiga Mari está, location, a la derecha de él, y su amigo Roberto está a su lado izquierdo, location. La nota es muy larga, description, porque contiene muchos secretos. La nota es, description, muy cómica. El profesor está furioso. That's an emotion. It's how he's just feeling right now. Y les dice, ustedes son muy groseros. You're very rude. Description. María está triste, emotion, porque nunca causa problemas y su madre va a estar enojada con ella, feeling, emotion. El padre de Mari es muy simpático, description, pero su mamá es muy estricta, description. Bueno, chicos, if you have any questions, please feel free to shoot me an email. Gracias.